Now, on to my conspiracy theory. Here is my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is this. What up, what up, what up? This is Mike, the philosopher, here with another one. This one is the Wifey rankings. Okay, this is the last Wifey rankings of the season for Ready to Love. Let me tell y'all something. I really been racking my brain about this list. I can't even front because always new things come out, new articles, new things, and new interviews, and it's a lot. It's a lot to digest. But we rank here at BMR. Okay, that's what we do. So I had to think about it. I thought long and hard about it, for real. Okay, so give me some grace because maybe there's something I didn't see. Maybe there's an interview I didn't see. Maybe there's an article I didn't see. Maybe there's something. I'm just going off of what I seen on the show. Okay, I'm trying to take as many things into consideration as possible. But I don't know everything about these people. I really don't. So I'm going off of an educated guess. Now, this is the Wifey rankings, and I am going to make it so that it's also based on another show, and that show is Married at First Sight. Which woman would I want to come out of that back and step up to that podium with me first? Okay. And if I knew them all and I can only choose the women, all 10 of these women, I knew them all, which would I be the happiest and which one would I be the most disappointed in if they came out of that back and at that at that podium with me to get married. Okay, because I'm ready. I'm looking to get married. I'm looking to settle down. I'm looking for my wife. All right. And these are the only 10 women I got. So without further ado, I'm going to go in and then I'm going to do my conspiracy theory. All right. At the end of this video. But I'm not going to go 1 to 10. I'm going to go 10 to 1. Okay. Now, at number 10, probably the woman I would least like to see is April. Now, look, April is not a bad person. Okay. Believe it or not, I would still go through with it. Whether we will stay married is another story. But I would not walk away. I would still go through with it. I would still test her out. I would still give her a chance, and I wouldn't just up and leave. Why? Because I don't know enough about her to fully reject her yet. And I'm not necessarily physically not attracted to her to the point where she's not ugly. She's not. She looked real good at the reunion. So I would still go through with it. I would still say I do to April, but she would have to win me over in some other ways. And maybe that's possible. I don't know, but I think that she is a decent enough chick now. But here's where the problems is. Okay. Let's do this. The pros with April is you have a smart woman. Okay. You have a woman who has her own money. Those are the pros to April. Okay. If I had to have a con, it would be she jumps to conclusions. She's not very trusting. She is very insecure. She sometimes have a mean spirit or bossy spirit. She could probably think she's better than you because of her education and her income. Um, and she seems a bit entitled to information that you don't want to volunteer. She doesn't seem very reasonable. So I can't believe I just ran down all those cons. But yeah, that's why she's at the bottom. Some guys will be like, "Oh no, I'm running. I'm not even saying I do. I'm done." But I would still say I do to April. It's just that I can't say that we would get past the honeymoon phase, or we would get past like at the end of the show or Married at First Sight. I don't think we're gonna make it. She would have. I would have been like, "Yeah, I was right. I shouldn't have married this chick." Nah. Yeah, we getting a divorce or an annulment, whatever. This ain't gonna work because she gonna try to run me. I don't. No woman can run me. None. Okay. Um, that is not how this works. I'm a different ride. I'm not that one that you can run. Okay. Um, you're a passenger on this ride. Okay. And that's just how I view it. As a man, that's my duty. Okay. That's just a masculine way of thinking of things. Okay. So there you have it. And she do have a little too much masculine energy too. So that's why April is at number 10. At number 9 is Patricia. All right. Patricia, nice enough chick, nice body. That's why she got at number 9. But mentally, she's really not much different than April. I mean, they like clones mentally, really. Patricia is super judgmental too. She jumps to conclusions. I don't have enough information to say that she's like bossy or anything like that. But I know I'm jumping into the cons. Pro is she's decent looking. She's decent looking. Nice face, nice body. She looks better than the pictures they got for RTL. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what kind of angle that was. That looked like her distant cousin. That don't even look like the same woman. So I don't know. But that's pretty much the only pro with Patricia is her looks. Mentally, I was not impressed at all. The woman is super judgmental and jumps to conclusions, and she need a safe space and all this other stuff. And she will emotionally drain the average man. Okay, most men she will just I would say all men. She will emotionally drain all men. I don't know any, like, she has to fix herself. She needs to go to therapy. And that's my definition of a woman. But both her and April, they hold hands, they go into therapy together. Okay. Both of y'all need a lot of couch time. I would still say I do to give her a chance, but I don't think it'll get past the finale of Married at First Sight. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't at all. So I have Patricia at number 9. At number 8, y'all know it already. Yes, it is Koshia. Okay. This woman, I'm attracted to Koshia. She's a cutie. Okay. What she was wearing at the reunion, Nice girl. I think Koshia looked the best at the reunion, as far as her look and her dress, and I mean she was showing a lot of skin, but it looked good to me. So yeah, so shout out to Koshia. I give her best look at the reunion, and she has a nice face too, decent. Um, that's pretty much where it begins and ends. As far as the pros, the cons is very manipulative. Oh my goodness. She will manipulate you with tears. She will say stuff and she would actually, it like, she, she has double standards. She has double standards. Um, she'll do something and then if you do it, then it's a problem. Then it's a problem. You know, Koshia, if look, I don't know this woman. I don't know these people. Okay. I'm just going by what I see. Okay. And I'm not a professional. So take it with a grain of salt. I am just a long time experienced man in these streets. And I think that Koshia got something psychologically going on with her. I don't know what to call it. I'm not narcissistic, sociopath, psychopath, something is going on. Again, I'm not a professional. So don't, but I'm saying there is something psychologically going on with Koshia. And she might need meds. Look, I'm not trying to insult these ladies, but what I seen out of Koshia was a performance. Okay. And it really bothered me, the things that she was doing. It hinted to some type of mental disorder. I don't know what it is. Sociopath, maybe. But I just think that she is not necessarily working with the whole deck up there, and how she responds to things. Like the fact that Alonzo asked her that, I didn't think it warranted the response. I mean, it became a whole big thing, choke to spank. Well, you didn't have no problem telling Chaz and LaRon what you like. They know if you like choke to spank, especially Chaz. Chaz, no, he probably did it. Okay, whichever one it is, he probably did it. So, but Alonzo asked you, and it's so dramatic. Oh no! And then she crapped on Alonzo. She crapped on all the guys, but Alonzo, he got these messy dreads, and I don't. It's just, she's so petty too. And then when you get down to her level and you get just as petty, that's why she met her match with LaRon. And then it's, I will be whatever you want. I will, whatever you say it's going to be, LaRon. Okay? Just manipulative. And I don't normally do this with people, Chaz. LaRon, are you? And then here come Chaz. You gonna apologize, dude? LaRon, like, look, Koshia is at 8, man. There's no way in hell I could deal with the emotional drain of a Koshia. Look, April can be a bit rude. Patricia can be a little judgmental, and Koshia can be very manipulative. I often find it funny when women are complaining about the men on the show. What about the women? Okay, all is fair. Fair is fair. You can't tell me these are top-notch women. You can't. Okay. I'll put it this way. I don't think the women were no better than the men on this show. I don't think that any season, especially this one. I don't think the women were any better than the men. Some may disagree with that. That's fine. You entitled to your opinion. Mine is women were no better than the men. Okay, so I got Koshia at 8. At number 7 is Shamika. As attracted to this woman as I am, a part of me don't think that, like, one thing about Shamika is when she make her mind up about something, you can't talk to her. I don't rock well with women like that. Women who are just, you know, I don't want to call it stubborn, but kind of stubborn. Like, you can't tell them nothing. If we're going to have a point where we disagree, it is inevitable. We're going to have a point where we disagree. And because you are so stubborn, you are not going to move off your post. But guess what? You're going to want me to move off my post all the time. And let me tell you something. That ain't going to work. Okay? That is not going to work for me. I'll move off my post if it means compromise. But you're going to have to do the same thing. And Shamika takes me as a woman who don't want to move off her post. If her mind is made up about something, it's made up and ain't no changing. Chaz told her, hey, why don't you try to get to know some of the other guys? I ain't trying to get to know them. I don't know. I don't care. You can send me home, this, that, yeah. Hey, what about kids? I still don't want no kids. I ain't gonna have no kids. And I know she got her tubes tied. So she was lying to Justin about having kids. When you know darn well your tubes tied. If a man said, yeah, we could have some babies and he had a vasectomy, you call him all kind of liar. That's what I'm talking about. Her uncompromising ways and her she was very judgmental. She was very judgmental too. So you know, the pro is she's a beautiful chick. I ain't gonna even hold you. And another pro is I think that Shamika can make a good woman but only for a while. Shamika is a girlfriend. She's not a wife. Okay. Even though I would say yes to her at the podium too. The only way it will work with me and Shamika is if she respects me enough for it to work. Okay. She got to trust that I'm going to make the right decision. She got to trust that I got our best interest at heart. That part is unknown. If we got to the end of Married at First Sight, would I stay married to Shamika? It all depends on Shamika. I would want to stay married to her, but she gonna have to give me a whole lot of act right. And I don't think she's capable of that. There's no way a woman that like nice looking and beautiful should be single unless she got some stubborn ways. Now I know it's not going to always be her fault. It's probably going to be some guy's fault too. but she ignores her men. She admitted to this. She ignores her men when she get comfortable. She'll ignore him. She'll neglect him. He probably won't get to smash much. Um, you know, but and and then it's like, what? Okay, now I'm stuck here just paying all your bills for you and your kids. I don't get no kids out of this situation, and you're stubborn too. I would start looking in the mirror like, what the hell am I doing here? That's probably what some of her exes said to themselves. This juice ain't worth the squeeze. I'm out. So, there you have it with Shamika at number 7. At number 6 is Maya. All right. And I think what Maya is probably she's maybe well, let me start here. The pros with Maya is she is very feminine, very alluring, very attractive. I love her femininity. But that super femininity can come with some caveats, okay? She could start to lean into it a little too much and start dividing the sexes. Like, it's men against women. I heard it best when I heard somebody say, one team, one dream. Okay? Let me say that again. One team, one dream. That means we are one team and we're working on the same dream. It doesn't matter if what you do, it doesn't matter what I do. It does for a living. It doesn't matter if the woman makes most of the money. It doesn't matter if the man makes most of the money. It doesn't matter if the man is a stay-at-home dad. It doesn't matter if the woman is a stay-at-home. It doesn't matter if we got kids. It doesn't matter. Whatever our dream is, we're going to manifest it with teamwork. Okay? And Maya seems to be a woman who is very dividing of the sexes. It's almost as if she has some women in the background who probably given her some, I hate to say it, horrible dating advice. Okay. I think Maya got some women in the background. She probably got a sisterhood background of women. It could be her literal sister or whoever, auntie or whoever, and she'll tell them their problems. They'll give her some bad advice, and she'll go out into the world and do it. That's, you know, I do kind of worry about Maya's circle of women around her because I think that they're probably a big part of her life, and I understand why, but they're probably keeping her single too. I think if she moved away from family for a while. I don't know if she has or not. I think she's from Mississippi and she's in Texas now, but she still talk on the phone with them, whatever. But what I'm saying is, if Maya just got away for a while, she'll still have her femininity, but she won't have all of these ideologies of I'm a woman and I don't do this with men and all this other stuff and all of this. And she kind of moves a little immature to me. So maybe it's an age thing. You know, she likes to go out to clubs and collect numbers, even if she came to the club with a guy. It's like, you expect this relationship to last for real? And then you call the guy all kind of insecure because you collected numbers like you single. Now, some might say, well, she was single. Well, how about this? Don't go to a club with a guy. Wait till you by yourself and collect those numbers. It's just rude. It's rude if a dude do it. Okay? If he bring a woman to a club and he know that woman is interested in him and he's sitting up here collecting numbers from other chicks and flirting and kikiing, you, y'all will feel a certain type of way. Women don't really understand stuff unless it happens to them. But when they do it to men, a lot of times y'all don't see the problem. Oh, these double standards is, oh my God, it gets under my smooth brown skin. I'm just kidding, y'all. Okay, but it just gets under my skin, and I'm like, yo, this is for the birds, man. This is for the bird ladies. Y'all got to get better with that. The double standards, okay? Now I know it's been working in your favor for a while, but you're gonna slowly realize you ain't making a whole lot of progress in certain types of things that you want to accomplish. Whether that be babies, whether that be a husband, whether that be whatever. Um, but if you find with your double standards, okay, don't trip when men do double standards on you. Okay? All is fair in what? Love and war. Okay? So anyway, that's why I got Shamika Maya at number 6. At number 5 is Rishina. All right. Rishina, cool chick. I like this chick. I will be happy to this is the part where I will probably say with these top 5 women, I will possibly make it past the finale on Married at First Sight. So I don't think I would say I want a divorce with these ladies. Okay. And Rishina is right there at number 5. I think she's a cool chick, mature. You know, she's a pretty woman. I don't understand her fascination with the blonde hair. Baby, work with me. Can I please see you in some dark hair for once? The blonde hair, I'm like, okay, so let me do it in order. The pros: beautiful woman, nice woman, very mature woman too. At her, is Rishina. Another pro is I like her demeanor. Her demeanor is not very catty, not very it's just not very confrontational. You know what I mean? The con is I sort of feel like she's a bit of a colorist. Okay. She has a fascination with the light skin. She really only was feeling 2 guys in the whole process. They happened to be the light skinned dudes. Okay. Chaz and Justin. Like, I seriously think she got some colorist issues going on, but when it's a woman, it don't get brought up. It only get brought up when it's a guy, right? But everybody will skip over it if it's a woman. Like, y'all didn't notice that she only liked the light skinned dudes. She only wear blonde wigs or whatever. Her ex-husband is light skinned. You don't see the colorism in this woman. So that is a con in my opinion. Next thing I wouldn't be surprised if she dated Brad at this point. I really wouldn't. Another con is, and look, I don't like to criticize people on things that they can't change, but that smoker's voice, man, it's not. It's something I will have to get used to. Something I will have to get used to. Let's just put it that way. Like I said before, I could listen to Maya all day. She has a beautiful voice to me. But Rishina, she got like a truck driver voice. And look, she's a beautiful woman, okay? But I would just have to get used to the smoker's voice, okay? Um, and so the colorism, the voice, and I didn't necessarily see a whole lot of mental issues with her. I think she's workable. I think she's wife material. Um, her ex said she could argue a little bit. So, I would have to see the the I would have to see that first before I could really judge it. So I can't really talk too much about that. But I made a mental note of that. Ever since he said that, I was like, oh, okay. That speaks a little bit more into her personality. She liked to argue. Maybe she do it for entertainment purposes sometimes. I don't know, but she didn't do it on the show. I just think she was on her best behavior on the show. But, beautiful woman, mature, things like that. Grown woman, but colorist, and, probably could be argumentative down the line. And that voice, oof, I mean, I don't know. So, but I got Rishina. Again, I probably would stay married to her at the end of the season of Married at First Sight, because I think some of the issues that we may have, we can work out. So shout out to Rishina. You made the wifey list. Okay. Number 4 is Leelan. All right. Now I know a lot of y'all was thinking, oh, Leelan gonna be at the top. She gonna be at the top. Yeah, well, she probably would have been at the top if I would have known more about her. I am very attracted to Leelan physically. She is my type in every way, shape, and form physically. That's wifey to me. The downside to that, the con, is she left. Okay. And if she left, she may leave me. Okay. There is no stick to it integrity, or I shouldn't say integrity, but there's no, she seemed fair weather. You know what I mean? So I had to knock her for leaving the show. And I don't know enough about her. Like many people said, she wasn't on the show long enough for you to like or dislike her. She just wasn't on the show long enough. So, but I'm willing to take a risk. I'm willing to take a bit of a risk and say she's at number 4 because from what I've seen, even on a reunion, she seemed pretty cool. And Dom says she's a solid chick. And he knows her personally, and she's very attractive. Very attractive to me. She's even in the field that I like, cybersecurity. Like, wow. But this whole, giving up and quitting and having this unicorn in your mind as for a man and not giving the other guys a chance was a bit of a turn off to me. I would have liked to at least seen her go through the process. Now, I know some might say, oh no, it was her family. Her family, she had to go, take care of her family. I get that, but I can't buy it 100%. I give her 50%, but the other 50% is like, you could have worked it out. Okay. Tough times happen to us all. Will was going through the same thing. He stayed, you know what I mean? He was able to manage both, so why couldn't she? The only difference is Will was willing to stick it out until he found his love. He was ready to love. So, and I would think that at 42, 43, that Leelan is ready to love, but it just gives me of too picky and wanting a unicorn. And if it doesn't go well, I mean, there's no reason why she should be single. Like let's keep something real, people. All these people are single for a reason. I'm even single for a reason. Mainly because I'm super busy. Okay, I'm not even trying to date much these days, but what I'm saying is there, and that could be her situation too. Who knows? But it's never a good look when you quit something early. I don't really rock with quitters, and a part of me feels like a majority of her decision was based on her just quitting instead of her uh, family issues, so to speak. So she said they're doing better, so that tells me it probably wasn't, you know, an emergency situation. So, nobody left us or anything like that. So they still among the walking and the living. So it's something she probably could have toughed out. But I have her at number 4, and believe it or not, I probably still would think that we will be able to work things out at the end of the show. Married at First Sight 2. Shout out to Leelan. You made the wifey list. Even though I'm sure there's something really wrong with you, I just don't know what it is. But again, I'm willing to take that risk. Okay, I think at the end of the day, though, you're a good woman. But the only problem is, do you think I'm a good man? Okay, if I don't fit your metric, I don't know. So, but shout out to Leelan at number 4. At number 3 is Alexis. All right, Alexis. Let me tell y'all a secret here. I had Lexus higher than this at first, but I had to bring her down because I did see a interview with her, and it kind of shifted me like, oh, Lex is starting to give me a whole lot of masculine energy. Okay, I think she's a beautiful woman. I love. Let me tell you the pros of Alexis. She's a beautiful chick. Face, hair, body. I like it. I know a lot of guys don't rock with it. I like it. Okay. Beautiful chick. Very smart. Very intelligent. Rides for her man. Okay. That is one of the most important characteristics a woman can have. I ain't gonna hold you. Ride for her man, that's one of the most important characteristics a woman can have. She seems to be down with everything, looking at the toes, looking at the feet. Netflix, chill, rub on the booty. Huh? Go hoop with her. Go to the movies with her. Go out on a picnic with her. It's nothing you can't do with Lexus. She got along with most of the men. That's what Dom said. All the guys could relate to her. And she got most of her smoke protecting Will. She got most of her smoke protecting her dude. Listen, I know she kind of cut up at the reunion, but she was drunk. I'm not going to hold her to that. Like I'm not going to hold Jonathan to his when he was at the pajama jam. All right. I'm not going to hold her to that. She was drunk. And let me address something too. Somebody said black men love to always give the light skinned women a break. Let me say this to y'all. We like women who get our back. We like women who rock with us. That's what we like. Lexus just happened to be pretty light skinned. Okay? But if a sister who was dark as chocolate did that, I would ride hard. I would go hard in the paint for her. I didn't see that. I think the darkest chick on there, not that color really matters to me, but somebody else brought it up, so I'm just trying to finish it out. I think the darkest was Patricia, if I'm not mistaken. Or Maya. I didn't see none of them chicks riding for us. No. They were in the sisterhood. To some women, the sisterhood is more important than any man. Okay? I don't rock with none of those women. If the sisterhood is your thing and your friendship with your girlfriends is what you want more than a man, keep looking. Most of y'all are single, by the way. Most of y'all are single. All the sisterhood women, this is why it's hard for men to date, because it's only sisterhood women left. Not all, but you'll find a diamond in the rough every now and then. But for the most part, it's the sisterhood that's left. So we got to go out of the country just to find somebody. Because y'all don't care for us like that. And that's fine. If you don't care for men, look, save us the trouble. You know what I mean? Save us from divorces, dating y'all, catching feelings, save us from all that stuff. If you feminist like that and you don't like men, okay, fine. But this is why men feel like they're running out of women in the West, so they got to go to other countries just to find a suitable mate who actually like men, who want a man, who will put a man over their sisterhood. But in the West, it's so tight knit with the women that the men are running out of women to date. But anyway, you know, Alexis was a down chick, but I seen an interview with her, and you know, she said a couple things. She said, get this, she said her type is light skinned. She like light skinned dudes, so she has some colorism. Maybe it was just a preference of hers, I don't know, but she said she want a guy who looked like her, light skin, baby hair, you know. That's her type. She said none of the guys, the closest guy was Chaz. That's why she was when she was at the bar with Chaz, she was so into Chaz. She showed interest in Chaz. She was ready to kiss Chaz, okay? So Chaz was the closest to her real type. She liked light-skinned dudes. So, ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know, that's a con in my book. That was probably her, and so her colorism and her what's the other thing? Her not being able to diffuse herself. Okay, liquor or not, she said when stuff get popped off, she not gonna back down. That's not attractive to men. Okay, that's just not attractive to men. We're not trying to have all kind of arguments to keep the relationship going. No. And she says she have a lot of icks as a woman, and she can emotionally turn off real quick. A guy she stopped seeing, she could write him off. Boom, done. She has a lot of masculine traits, if I'm being honest with myself. Maybe that's why she could relate to the guys. I don't. She's just a masculine woman, not in appearance, but in almost like she has a male mind, and that's why she relates to the guys. That's why she backs the guys. That's why she get on the court and hoop with the guys. She understands men on a level that the average woman don't understand. Almost like she born with a male mind, but she's still straight. It's weird, but there's a lot of women like that in our community who got a male mentality, but look feminine, but think like a guy. You know, so I got a whole lot of praise for Alexis. Her look, her relatability. She's cool down with whatever. You can do anything with her. It's only those few cons that I got of her being a little too masculine minded, and she don't know how to diffuse things when it gets to a certain level. And just stay in her femininity. You don't have to buck up like a guy and defend yourself and turn up and throw push cameras or knock cameras down. You don't have to do that. And she was embarrassed by that. She admitted that, but she's still my girl. I would definitely still give her a chance, but only if she liked chocolate dudes. Only if she could rock the chalk. Okay. So I got her at number 3. My girl Lexi. At number 2 is, I've been thinking deep about this, y'all, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Patrice, and Patrice because I did not like. Well, I'll put it this way. I like her face. She's a beautiful woman. She's the most ready to love of all the women. Period, point blank. I still feel that way. She's the most ready. She's the most mature. She knows what she wants. She is sincere in how she moves. She tried to get to know all the guys. I seen her work in a room with all the guys. Okay. She was even at a table with Leelan, and he was eating catfish like it was the last fish on earth. Okay. She tried to get to know all this. She was very serious. She said, I'm not here for the girls club. I'm here for my man, my man, my man. I love that. She is dope. Love Patrice. The only cons is I'm not a fan of all the tats. I think she would look even better with all of that. It almost speaks to having something going on with her mentally too. I'm not gonna claim that, but people who do that and get all the piercings and the tats, it kind of screams something psychologically going on. I could be wrong though. I don't, but that it hasn't failed me yet. But as far as the cons, yeah, I don't really rock with the tats. And one thing that really, I guess I'm not that physically attracted to her, but I am attracted to her, but not that physically, and that's part of a problem. And also, she did not apologize. She did not apologize to Will. That was a bit of a turnoff to me. Like, you know you're wrong. You're dead wrong. Okay? Everybody can see that you were wrong about Staged. And you still don't want to apologize. That must be some kind of ego thing. And I didn't take Patrice as a woman who had ego. But I guess everybody has an ego, but I thought she would have been above that. You know, it's funny. I think next season, and I'm gonna need y'all to remind me to do this. Next season, I'm gonna count the apologies from the men and the women. It's just a social experiment. I'm gonna count the apologies. And I can practically guarantee you it's gonna be 100-1. And from the men to the women. Women do not like apologizing. I don't understand that. They request apologies all the time, but they do not like to apologize themselves. That shows maturity, that shows accountability, that shows a lot of those things. Women don't, a lot, I'm not going to say all, because I'm sure some of you women, you do apologize when the when the moon is blue, okay? But you do apologize sometimes. I love y'all. I love the women, but this is just a social experiment. I'm just gonna next season remind me to do that. I'm gonna count apologies from the men to the women. I bet you it's at least 10-1. I bet. Look, I don't recall one woman apologizing at all in this season. Name me a woman who apologized for, and I'm talking about for her behavior. Name me a woman who apologized for her behavior. The closest one would probably be number one, which is Vanessa. And I thought about this with Vanessa. I sort of was looking at her a certain type of way. But when I seen the type of cornball Chaz was, I was like, I can't hold this woman to that, because she's dealing with a guy who is a piece of work. So I started to look at Vanessa a little differently. I seen an interview with her too, and she explained some things in that interview. Vanessa has the best mixture of physical attraction and mental attraction for me. She has the best mixture of both physical and mental. The only thing I did not, and shout out to her and Dom, because I guess they're together. So shout out to Dom. You did good, my brother. You did good. But you know, I guess if there was a con, it would be that I would like for Vanessa to be a little more. She said she didn't have the tools. I would like for her to start to get those tools, whatever those tools are: empathy, sympathy, patience, uncomfortability sometimes, especially with Dom. If you with Dom, get those tools for that dude, for real, okay? And build up your emotional and your EQ tool belt a little bit, okay? Because life happens to us all, and it's going to happen at some point. So just work on that. And I'm sure Dom has some things to work on. I got some things to work on. Everybody got some things to work on. But you know, that was really the main thing, is her tool belt of emotional things to, like I said before, I believe Vanessa wants a soft life. I don't necessarily blame her for that. But I'm gonna need her to be a little bit more resilient with certain things too, and have the patience to work things out. And I definitely think Dom is worth investing that emotional time in. And I think I just wish y'all nothing but the best. But It took me to see one of her interviews to look at it differently. It took me looking at this last episode and her dealing with Chaz, and I'm like, yeah, he was a lot. So I don't blame you for moving in a lot of the ways that you did. But I did see some points that Chaz had. So nobody on this show is perfect, not the men or the women. Okay. But um I think Vanessa is probably the closest to wifey material than anybody else right now. I think like the last three women, I I definitely don't think that, or I should say the first three women, Vanessa, Patrice, and Alexis. I don't see me if I got married to those women, I don't see me divorcing those women at all. Um, but at least it wouldn't be me. We know women file for divorce like it's nothing. So y'all be emotionally all over the place. But I don't see me divorcing any one of those three women. I would try to work it out in some kind of way because I see value in them as a person. Okay. And the next two, which is Leelan and Rishina, uh, I'd like to think I wouldn't, but I don't know. I could picture Leelan leaving at some point because she's still searching for a unicorn. I could see Rishina, maybe I got tired of the voice or something. I don't know. Those are questionable. So the first three, I don't see me leaving. The next two, even though they wifey material, I can't say how long it will last. And other six or five women, I don't know. I don't really see it much. So that is the wifey rankings. This is BMR. Now, let me go ahead and get into the conspiracy. But before I get to the conspiracy theory stuff, let me remind y'all to go to my other channel, and that is Gap Stories. Okay, King Narmer. I'm gonna run through all the pharaohs of Egypt. I'm gonna do it in a scripted way. It's a faceless YouTube. I got the 7:30 news on there. Trying to crack jokes, trying to be funny with real news, and just something to lighten up the mood a little bit. I'm more versatile than just relationships. I like history stuff, history buff stuff too. So, and I like to show Black excellence. So I decided to show that when we were pretty much at our peak in Kemet. And I love that time period. I love what Black people did in Kemet in Egypt, in civilization, and we started everything. And I said, look, if Hollywood refused to tell our story, I'm going to tell it, okay? And I'm going to do it in my way, and it is going to be what it is. So I'm gonna have a link to that channel in this video. So hit that link in the description when you get done watching this video. Now, on to my conspiracy theory. Here is my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is this. Now, let me say this, disclosure or disclaimer. Own network, don't come from me. All right. The views and opinions are just for entertainment. Okay. They're not proven by anything. They're not backed by anything. They're not anything other than entertaining. This is viewer discretion is advised, whatever. Okay. And this is just for entertainment purposes. I don't have no proof. Relax. Okay. But my conspiracy theory is this. Justin Chaz and Glenn are actors. Okay. Let me run down why I think these guys are actors. Let's start from the beginning. Glenn, I believe, is an actor. I find it very suspicious that this brother could not get to the show. I find it very suspicious that he so-called was in a car accident. I think what happened with Glenn is he looked at his contract, or he finally decided, you know what? I can't act that good. I can't do this. He pulled out of the deal. He was supposed to be a token actor on this season of Ready to Love. But he couldn't go through with it. So they pulled him out. They called up the Black Acting School. Shout out to Hollywood Shuffle and Robert Townsend. Black Acting School. They called up the Black Acting School, and they got another actor named Justin. Justin is an actor. I think Justin is an actor. If you notice something, and I'll say this, Chaz is an actor. Here's a hint on who the actor is, y'all. The actor is a person who never get nominated. Chaz never got nominated. Justin never got nominated. These guys have immunity. Why? Because they're the actors. Now think about it. Ready to Love sell what? They sell love. They sell hopes. They sell dreams. Chaz don't need Ready to Love. Chaz supposedly is a millionaire. Not only is he a millionaire, but he already has a woman. He already has a woman, but he has an acting job. Okay? Chad, you have everything set. We're going to set you up to be so perfect. We're never going to put you on the bottom. Now, it so happened for Chaz that he was getting all the connections. But as an actor, you're not going to turn anybody down. You're not. Okay? That was just happened to be his strategy. He didn't turn anybody down because they were going to guarantee him immunity. Look, Chaz, we know you don't need the show. You got the money, you got the looks, you even got the woman. But we need a high caliber guy on our show. What's in it for me? Well, you get some acting credit. We'll give you some acting credit in the Actors Guild, whatever. Okay, and we'll break you off probably a little bit more than the other guys. You'll make more money because you'll be in more episodes. Okay, we'll guarantee you immunity. Okay, I get a chance to do my little acting thing. I already got my girl. Okay, I'll do it. And they probably hired Chaz to be some kind of actor. This is why a lot of the things that Chaz did made no sense. Okay. Now he was a freestyle actor, meaning he could do whatever he wanted to do, but he had to maintain a certain level of likability so that the ladies wouldn't vote him off. And even if they tried to, the show wouldn't entertain it. You know, Dom said that in an interview that I did with him, he said that, you know, they say, and it's allegedly, right? They say that RTL hire actors. Well, what other sign you need that Chaz is an actor? He's an actor. Chaz held out a petrified flower. Okay? How? Why do you think he was being so theatrical all the time? He's an actor. That's why he was being so theatrical with everything. This is why I started to call him the peacock, because he showed his ass all the time. Okay? Chaz ain't got no problem finding women. He got the look, he got the money, he got the house, he even got the girl. And his girl, he said, agreed to it. And he said, you know what, baby, I'll tell you what. This is just a show for me. I'll do this acting gig, get this little extra money, and we can get married after this. Let me do the show and we'll get married. Okay. I'll show you I'm not into none of these chicks. We're going to get married after the show. Okay, I'll let you do it. And that's what happened. Now, Justin is an actor too. Because whatever the women said, he agreed to. Sometimes I think they have psych evaluations so they know what person to con, or they know how to get to a certain type of person. Justin was handpicked to be a smooth operator. Okay? Maybe they felt like Glenn wasn't up to the task. He wasn't good enough. Maybe they felt like he wouldn't be able to pull off the smooth operator job. So they had Justin come in. And I'll tell you this, I'm not buying their relationship. I'll be surprised if they survive after that reunion. Now, let me tell you who was the actor last year. Quentin. Yes. This is why a lot of the things that Quentin did made zero sense. He was chasing a woman who wasn't even physically fit or in the field that he was in. He was a trainer. She didn't even want to work out with him. And what happened after the reunion? It went to hell after that. It was done. They were done real easy. He fulfilled his part of the acting contract. Okay. This is why he let Janelle get away with everything as long as he was on the show. And even towards the reunion. And I think they had a little bit of trouble even at the reunion, if I remember correctly. So it wasn't smooth. But he was trying to hold it until after the reunion. And once he was done with his contract, he couldn't get away from Janelle fast enough. Okay? I think that they hire male actors. Now, I'm not sure if they do that with the women. But here's what I do think they do with the women. They pick a sister girl. What do I mean by that? They pick a chick that they know the other women can relate to. Who was it last year? Janelle. Why? Because she was a big girl. She was cute. She was big cute. And a lot of women can relate to the sister girl. Who was the sister girl this season? Mika. A lot of women can relate to Mika. They can relate to Koshia too, but I think they had to let Koshia go. I'm not sure if, like, I'll put it this way. I don't know if the women are actors. I think the producers say, who is our girl? Who is our girl that we're going to send to the end? And they pick a girl who's going to get to the end before the show starts. Okay? And everybody looked at Mika and said, for viewership, we need to get Mika to the end. By all means necessary. I don't know if Mika was in on it, but I think they pick a sister girl to get to the end. Last season, Janelle was that girl. Okay? Her and Jessica. Why? Because the sisterhood love sisterhood women. Don't you find it odd that every season some of the most questionable women make it to the end? Really? They got immunity, y'all. They get immunity because they are chosen by producers to make it to the end. And they stick them with men who only have eyes for them. That is it. That's all Justin had was eyes for Shamika. That's all Quentin had was eyes for Jeanette. And let's think about this. They're in the business of selling love. They're in the business of selling hope, dreams. Call it an insurance policy. If I'm being honest, it's a smart thing to do. Because if the audience see nobody get to the end, they're going to start not believing in the show. They have to make a guaranteed couple. This year, we only had one guaranteed couple, and that's the insurance policy couple, Justin and Shamika. Justin want kids. Shamika still don't want no kids. You really think this is going to last? No, it's not. He probably smashed, though. Again, I don't know if the women are in on it. I think the producers, like I said, pick the women and they hire the man. They hired the man. This is why when Chaz got to the end and Patrice didn't pick him, he was happy about it because he don't have to live out the rest. He don't have to live it out until the reunion. He could be with his girl now, who he was always with. And he fulfilled his part of the contract. He did his acting job. He's done. And now he promised his girl. So now he don't have to fake it no more. That's why he was happy Patrice didn't pick him. Because she would have tried to drag this whole thing out until the reunion. RTL have insurance policy couples, y'all. Watch for the men who do not get nominated at all. I don't think Quentin got nominated at all last season. I don't think Chaz got nominated at all this season. He didn't, and Justin didn't. Why? Because they are the insurance policy guys. I think, they had to make sure that somebody was going to get to the end. This is why at the end, Tommy said, boy, I needed that. He was speaking. He said that on purpose so that could be heard by the audience. So it could renew the faith in the show. They have paid actors on RTL. Now, I know some of y'all thinking, oh, well, we've been knew that. Yeah, but y'all probably didn't know who it was. Chaz, Justin, and I would even question Glenn. The rest of the guys, I don't think they're actors. I don't even think they know about it. The women, I don't think that they know about it. I think maybe they pulled Shamika to the side. You got to think about this. Shamika didn't have any connection. She didn't want to have any kids. How the hell she get to the end? It's because she had immunity. She was the chosen one. Why? Because you ladies wanted to see Shamika make it to the end. Why? Because she's a sisterhood chick. None of the good girls make it. It's only the sisterhood chicks that make it to the end. The Jessicas, the Janelles, the Shamikas. You see what I'm saying? I hate to say that RTL is playing us, but it's a show. They got to keep it going, and they got to keep y'all hoping for love. So they manufacture a connection at the end. So there's a happy ending at every season. It's good business. Good business. I don't blame them. But that is my conspiracy theory. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Much love to y'all. If y'all got this far, you're dope as hell to me. One love. I got love for you. And that's a real one. That's not manufactured. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget my Gap Stories channel, okay? Look in the description, get that, and go support me on that channel. Subscribe to that and watch some great stories of some Black excellence and some great history. All right. Thanks again. Much love to you. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. In the next show, what is that? The Never Ever Mets. I'll catch you in that one. We're going to hit the ground running on that one. Peace.